Hello. Masquerase. Salibonana Mazimbabwe Amahle. Good afternoon. So I'm back with a very important issue we need to talk about here. Citizens Coalition for Change has announced their intention to build homes for the Nyatsime victims. As we all know, there are 4 families which lost their houses due to violence which erupted after ZANU-PF tried to bar Citizens Coalition for Change members from attending Moreblessing Ali's family. So you can actually see that that did not end well, because 4 families lost their homes, lost shelter, and they don't have anywhere to put their kids at this moment. And you know, the cold weather we have, we're in winter, everything is not well. So they've initiated a program where they are fundraising at least $100,000 to build proper homes for these people. So stands are already there. What is needed is to put structures which were destroyed back, so that these families can have shelter once more. These are victims of political violence. These are victims of ZANU-PF intolerance, and they need our assistance. So I've put the link in the description box. If you want to assist, or if you want to donate anything for these people, you have to go through that link. So it is organized by Freeman Chari, and you can go to Twitter, that is Freeman Chari Twitter handle, and you can know whatever is happening, because he is doing it publicly and openly and transparently. So every dollar is accounted for, every dollar is known where it is going. So it is a very good initiative. So the target is to have 100,000, and if we have 10,000 people who are willing to pay $10 each, 10,000 citizens paying $10 each, 100,000 will be raised. So far, from a few hours, around 6 to 7 hours, we are now close to around $500, above $500 in a few hours. And by the end of the day, we'll have more than $1,000. So let me check here. Kuti mari yacho yapa mari as it stands, but citizens are doing a very good job. Citizens are doing a very great job. They are assisting their own. So we need to stand with our own. We need to stand with our own people. It is now on $792 since 6 hours ago. It is now 7 hours ago. It is now $792. And I hope and believe that the citizens, I know they are very good in terms of supporting each other. This is how we become responsible as citizens. This is how we begin to build a better Zimbabwe. This is how we begin to initiate the much needed progress when we support each other. When ZANU-PF comes and destroys in a bid to silence us, in a bid to render us useless, if we support one another, that unity is very important and very essential, because it takes us from one point to another point, and it gives us an ability to stand against any form of troubles we are going to face in the future, because shanda tiri pamwe chete. So you can actually see that the ZANU-PF team, they are trying to create a situation where they say unofira mahara. If you do politics, unofira mahara. If you do anything meaningful, unofira mahara. That is the kind of narrative they are going to send. That is the reason why you've seen Job Sikala, Honorable Job Sikala and Honorable Stole, they are behind bars. The truck drivers of the people who ferried mourners to Moreblessing Ali's funerals, they are behind bars. The owners of the trucks, they are behind bars. These, the 4 fathers from the 4 families whose houses were burnt, the leaders of CCC Nyatsime, their houses were burnt. They are also in prison. So you can actually see that this is a direct message which is being sent by ZANU-PF to say, kana mukaita izvi, if you go against us, unofira mahara. They are trying to show us that they can do far much worse than 2008. But if we are united as citizens, if we work together as citizens, we are going to see that it is going to be very difficult for them to succeed. Reasons being, right now it is difficult to beat everybody. Why? We have cameras, we have our phones. So as citizens, you must remain vigilant and you must know how to use those cameras. The reason why you have those phones with cameras is to know when and how to use them. Make sure that you have video evidence, you have video footage. That is enough to make sure that we document perpetrators of violence, we document perpetrators of these injustices, and one day justice will follow. It is different to 2008, where a lot of people never had cell phones. It was difficult to communicate amongst ourselves. But right now, it is now so easy to communicate, to tell each other what is really going on and what is really happening. So there's a link there in the description box. Please share the link. If you can't donate, share the link. If you're on Twitter, go to Freeman Chari's Twitter handle and make sure that you share the link. That is the least you can do if you don't have money. So there is no EcoCash number regarding this issue. So it is quite unfortunate kuti izvozvo hazvipo. But I hope and believe that the citizens I know will help these victims rebuild their homes, because we are in a struggle together. I always say, if you look at your body should tell you how we must organize up to 2023 elections. You have your eyes. The purpose of your eyes is to see. You have ears. The purpose of your ears is to hear. So when there is a trouble, your eyes or your ears might hear that there is something which is about to happen, and your ears will tell the senses that something is wrong, and that will prompt your eyes to look around. Or even if you begin to run, you need those eyes to see. So you can actually see that legs, hands, they might seem useless when there is no problem. But when the problem began, the eye will see the problem and the legs will run. So the legs are doing what the eye can't do, and the eye is doing what the legs can't do. This is what we need to do as citizens. There are people who are lawyers. They are working very hard 24/7 to make sure that victims are released, victims are represented in courts. There are other people with money, but you can't be on the ground. You donate so as to make sure that you oil the movement and make sure that every person is assisted. Then we have other people who just have free time to go online, like myself. I'm doing my own part. That is to inform the people of Zimbabwe about what needs to be done and what is happening. You have your own part. Do your part. I do my part. The president does his own part. Everybody, you will see that unity is going to help us. That unity is going to assist us. So unity is key, and united people are very difficult to destroy. Are very difficult to defeat. So that is what we need. Let's go to 2023 as a united body, as a united person, as a united people. That is going to earn us the much needed victory. That is going to earn us the much needed change for the country of Zimbabwe. So I applaud everybody. You are doing so well as Zimbabweans, and I know you are very united, and you are always direct to the cause. So I don't know what you think, but I believe that this is a good initiative, building homes for victims so that they can get shelter, so that other people might see that, no, this team is serious. This is a clear sign that Nelson Chamisa and team, they are serious about making sure that they defend one of their own. Go to and see what Douglas Coulthard is doing. He is working 24/7 to make sure that he secure legal assistance or legal bail to the victims who are being arrested. Go to people like Jeremiah Bamo. They are working 24/7. I cannot mention all the lawyers, but they are doing very, very, very well. They are doing very, very, very good job. They work even through the night to make sure that they represent the victims. Just imagine you have 4 or 5 victims on your table, and you have to go through all the legal documents, go through the state papers and everything, and you prepare arguments, you go through the law, just imagine what they are going through. So when you look at people like Tendai Biti, the legal practitioners, it seems as if but if you look at it another angle, you will see that these guys, they don't have rest at all. So look at people like Freeman Chari. They are organizing mama fundraisings. It's very important, because without them, how do we connect to fundraise? So you can actually see that that is the kind of unit we always say we require and we always need as citizens. And that is going to bring us the much necessary victory in 2023. So just do your part, register to vote. Just do your part. Tell a neighbor to tell a neighbor the importance of registering to vote, the importance of going to vote. And you need to sacrifice. You need to make a sacrifice. Musi wekuvhota, it's better utonzi wewe unyorerwe report yekuti wanga usiri pabasa. Shayikwa pabasa musi wekuvhota, because it is very important. Shayikwa pabasa on that very important day. You cannot be absent uchienda kunoona magirlfriend kana kuenda kunodhakwa, but wotadza kuva absent musi wekusimudza nyika, musi wekuvaka nyika. That is what we want. So Team Zimbabwe, we need this change, but this change will only come when we do our part. So I always emphasize each and every time, register your vote. Make sure that when we do these live programs, you share. Make sure that you like, you comment, you give us your contributions. That is what is very, very, very important. I love you all. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope and believe that we will be able to assist the victims of violence in Nyatsime, and I hope that we will reach 100,000 as soon as possible. We are at 792, that is close to 800, and we are nearly to 1,000. That is 1% of what is needed. So I hope and believe that by the end of July, tinenge takwanisa raise that 100,000, and our people will begin to have shelter once more. Let's continue to pray for those who are in jail. Let's continue to do our part as citizens, because they really, really need our prayers. So till we meet again in another episodes, my name is Ronald Lukumakusha.